Everything about the video you are about to watch is AI. The title, the thumbnail, especially, if you zoom in on the thumbnail, you'll see what I mean. Everything about this video is AI, except for me. I am trying something. If you guys don't like it, I understand. Click away, but I am trying something. Stick with me. If you trust me, trust me. Alright? Here we go. Hello everybody, E here. Welcome back to another video. Today, I am going to ride the trend train and see if y'all actually like this stuff that YouTube is telling me to push upon your bodies. Or your eyeballs. I ain't trying to push upon your bodies. Unless you a sexy man, this girls, this or them, they thems. It doesn't matter. If you're sexy, you're sexy. Alright, so YouTube wants me to do this. So, yeah, it said, hey, why don't you do something that says, hang on, let me read it to you. Says horror books that will hunt you long after you finish them. So let's go. Let's just jump right into it. This book is backward, and that's why it's scary. No, I just put it down the wrong way, and when I went to pick it up, it was backward. So, Zero Saints by Gabino Iglesias. This guy can write, but this haunts me. This title of the video. This one haunts me because the thing in the bucket. I don't know what the thing in the bucket is. Nobody knows what the thing in the bucket is. But there's a thing in a bucket, and it haunts me. Anytime people ask me, hey, what are some scenes that stuck with you? This one. I read this book around the time it first came out, before Gabino was a big superstar name in the horror community. Before he was published by Flatiron Books and all them shenanigans. This is Broken River Books original. It came out in 2015. I didn't read it back in 2015. I wasn't reading so-called indies or small press back in 2015, so it had to have been after 2018. So I lied to you. Anyway, so Zero Saints, fantastic book. The Thing in the Bucket. Don't ever forget the thing in the bucket. I'm trying to move things around because I was ill-prepared for this video. Also, I'm on a time crunch. That's why I'm talking so fast. It's also why I'm doing these shenanigans over here with YouTube to find out what works on this platform now that TikTok has taken over the world. Alright, next one is In the Miso Soup by Ryu Murakami. There's one scene in here. It's the scene with the ear. There is an ear. Something happens with an ear, and where it goes will haunt me forever. Once again, when people ask me scenes and books that stick with me, I always bring up the ear from In the Miso Soup. It is not what you expect by the title. There is no soup in the miso soup. There is no ear in the miso soup. It's a thing that happens in the book. I promise you. When you get to it, if you're not affected by it, I highly suggest you seek mental assistance. Something to fix up here, okay? If you get there and you're like, oh, that's not bad at all, you need help. And if you're thinking, oh, no, he's just full. No, you really need help. If that doesn't bother you, you need help. Next one is Song of Khai by Dan Simmons, before he was all literaryified. Before he was writing Drood and The Fifth Heart and all these, and before he was attacking children on the internet. Greta Thunberg. I don't know why he's attacking Greta Thunberg, but she was a child at the time. She was a teenager. And he was like, shut your up. You know, I'm probably going to have to edit that out. I don't have anything to edit out because I didn't actually say anything. It's the magic of television. Anyway, so Song of Khai. Why did this stick with me? Because of the ending. Because of the ending. At the very, very end, something happens with a baby. And I couldn't tell you what else happened in the book. Now, there are some people who say this book is loaded with xenophobia. I am not from India. I do not know Indian culture. I cannot speak on that. But if an Indian person, someone from India, not an indigenous person, if an Indian person tells you that this is xenophobic, I probably believe them. It's just I read it so far back, and I don't know anything about their culture. So it could 100% be xenophobic, but it doesn't change the fact that the ending of this book is... Okay. That was a legitimate chill. That was a legitimate chill. I'm not just acting. Smooth. Okay, next one. I think most of you have read this one. This is going to be nothing new to you. But yeah, it's going to be on all of these lists that you watch. With this topic, it's going to be on every single one of these lists. Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. It's gonna be there because it's based on a true story, and because Jack could write his ass off. He was lumped in with a bunch of other horror paperback authors, and he didn't deserve any of it. He was a literary author that strayed into the horror genre. I mean, it was really just literary stuff. I'm sorry, it's like crime fiction. Same with Richard Lehman. They wrote crime fiction, literary crime fiction. And somehow they got lumped in with the Leisure, Zebra, and all that crowd, the people that were just, milling out books. But yeah, if you want something good from that time period, that is, Keelan Patrick Burke's gonna be mad if he watches this video. If you want elevated horror from around this time frame when Leisure and all them were going, then definitely check this one out. You'll notice I'm not telling you what any of these books are about. That's because I'm testing the algorithm. Go rhythm. Yes. So yeah, and just if you haven't read it and you're a horror fan, what are you even doing? And hopefully this reaches some people that have not read the book, and they can go out and they can get it. By the way, that this author, Jack Ketchum, has passed away. RIP. He's a fantastic individual. He was a mentor to many. He was just an amazing, amazing person. And finally, an author that some of y'all are going to be up in arms about because y'all don't think he writes horror, and I think that you are full of poopy. Sorry, I've been reading the Holly books from Stephen King, so everything's poopy. I don't know why. Cormac McCarthy, Outer Dark. Cormac McCarthy writes horror. He might be a master of his genre. He might be a master of the entire horror genre. He's also well-known literary author that does not use quotation marks. There's going to be somebody out there, I can't get through the book, I don't know who's talking. I don't know why you don't know who's talking. It's very plain, Beatrice. It's very, very plain. But anyways, this is Tony and them. This is a good book. Cormac McCarthy. You don't just have to read horror. You can step out of it and find some horror stuff that's in there. If you guys would like a video on horror-coded literary fiction, let me know, because that's my jam. That's all I read. Especially nowadays. Mostly I just read literary fiction and smart people books because I think I'm better than everybody. If you believe Tony and them. So yeah, read this because this one is very, very, very upsetting. In fact, read any of Cormac McCarthy's books. But as far as ones that will haunt your dreams, this one haunted mine. The Judge from Blood Meridian, not so much. Still fantastic. Still horror. Child of God, still fantastic. Still horror. But the only scene from that one is when the dressed up running out the door. That is a very visual, visceral, brutal scene. But yeah, this one is the one that haunts me because we don't know. And I think that's the best part about Cormac McCarthy is that we don't know. We don't know if what he's writing about is what he's writing about. And if you understand what I'm saying, you are my people. But that's it. Those are some horror books. Let me read the script again. Let me read the script. Those are horror books that will haunt you long after you finish them. Let's see how the algorithm does. YouTube. Anyways, but until next time, I have been E, you have been you. This has been another book something. I'll talk to you guys later. If you're still here at the end and you're wondering what the hell happened to Edward Lorn, Edward Lorn is tired. He very, very tired. And I keep making stuff. Nobody watches them. And then I get people popping on my social media talking about, why don't you make videos anymore, E? And I'm not talking about you guys who honestly miss me. I'm talking about the people who troll me and harass me on a nearly daily basis, wondering where I've been. It is the most ludicrous thing in my mind that I have so many Annie Wilkes out there, but it is what it is. So here's some content for you. But these books actually will haunt your nightmares or your dreams or whatever. They will do that thing. Yeah, they will. Anyways. So that's that. That's some content for you, and hopefully the YouTube algorithm does the algorithm thing and boost this so Tony and them can see it. But until next time, I have been E, you have been you. This has been another. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.